Boss, what's wrong with you? Do you want us to get cooperated or what? Back to my pitch.
Wait, where?
Imagine a world different from ours, with gates where mystical creatures reside, goblins, dungeon bosses, and there's a guild. The story follows the main character Jinwoo, the weakest hunter, as he wants to provide for his family and their well-being. But after experiencing death, he's given a second chance at life, gets stronger, eventually becoming the strongest, gets all the girls.
Who is he?
Wait. I think we get the idea. It's an isekai. We get that everything already. So next. But sir, I haven't finished with my pitch. So what will you say next? He defeats the Demon King, but in your story, he's not named the Demon King, but still serves the same role. Well, technically you're right, but this time we show the protagonist crying on screen. Interesting. This might be able to separate it from the others. So how many seconds will you cry and last? More than 20 seconds. You're gonna have to add something more. Well, he's going to be the coolest, and a girl will fall for him because of his smell. Deal! We have a contract. So what is the name of this story? Solo leveling. Now you're supposed to fucking drop the intro, editor. Let's get it. Not that one. Just stop. Cut it. Yeah, you read the title right. This is wish fulfillment fantasy at the highest level ever. Mention it and he has it. Jinwoo is the strongest and the coolest. He has no problems in fights and his personal life. Women just drop like flies to him. He even gets a girl because of his scent. Gun has been trying everything, and Song Jipu, just crushes and she falls. Appearance, well, he not only has the body of a bodybuilder, we also gain like 5 inches in height. Money. That stopped being an issue in season 1. What about potential? For Christ's sake, he's the only one that has the system to grow. He's also a lone wolf. That's why he doesn't join any guild or the association, cause he can't be under anyone. In fact, he doesn't like it when someone places their hands on his shoulder.
I have questions and you're going to answer them for me.
No thank you. Save them for someone from your guild. I'm tired.
What about personality? Well, shut up. Do you want us to get cancelled? Song Jipu dominates every aspect of life. I even forgot to add fame. And if you think I'm joking, then name 5 characters in Solo Leveling off the top of your head, with the exception of Jinwoo.
You serious?
Every character is designed to frame Jinwoo in the best light possible, falling in 2 categories: either being in awe of him and his power, or being comically arrogant and prideful, to justifying Jinwoo disgracing them, or sometimes killing them. Also, not only is he a necromancy type hunter, but he's also an assassin and the strongest melee fighter. The intro is good and gorgeous. After all, it's Ryoko Sawano. But I think the leaked version that came out earlier is better.
I have re-envisioned my fate.
At least to my ears liking. And also, so you're telling me the fight in the opening isn't going to happen in the show? Damn, these people cooked. A1 page of the animating fight scene for an intro. Why Invincible is still dragging PNG around. Invincible, come and learn from A1 picture. I like that almost every ability or weapon Jinwoo uses doesn't just come out from nowhere. We see him getting either as a reward from defeating his opponent or from side quests. And even though he's overpowered, sometimes he makes use of strategies. Overwhelming the enemy with the sheer number of his soldiers to gain an opening, sneak attacks with stealth, pinning the enemy so he can land blows, cover me, evade, small screen and the others. It feels realistic. And also, I like that the story is hinting at something even greater than the Jeju Island arc with the leveling system of Jinwoo. But God, is the foreshadowing too obvious? Like, this isn't how to go about foreshadowing. Every dungeon raid that Jinwoo is a part of always has something going wrong. My boy, you're bad luck at this point.
You stay away from me? You stay away from me, please? You let me through?
Episode 5 was good. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. And do you know why?
Well, we're waiting.
Okay. Because of the emotional moment you try to evoke, showing us the contrast between the then and the now, who Jinwoo was and who he is now, the friends he had then and the zero he has now. And it not only did it once, but twice. The second being the contrast of the double dungeon, where before he was left to die, but this time they all wanted him to survive, to live. It perfectly mirrored the earlier episode of season 1, is what I would have said. But the difference is being in choices, and that's why it loses a few marks. In the second scenario, there was a lack of options. In season 1, anybody could sacrifice themselves to take Jinwoo's place, and before that, they could either trust Jinwoo's plan or not. So you see, there was always an option in both scenarios. But in scenario 2, there wasn't any option. Well, technically, there were two options: die here or die later. But still, both meant you died. So to me, that's why it loses a few marks. And also, it was their responsibility to protect Jinwoo. Nonetheless, it was a good episode. And instead of episode 6 to explore it in more details, they just went straight to fight. The design of the bosses in each dungeon is cool and aesthetically pleasing. And now for the animation. Well, I don't know what is always wrong with season 2s of animes, whether it's JJK,
それぞれの無限を衝突させることで生成される仮想の
Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man,
としない。
Attack on Titan, or Solo Leveling, but it always goes hard. I was having an orgasm watching episode 12. The flashy lights started giving me dopamine hits. In fact, this is animation porn, and it's enough to make a grown man cry. As for the fights, I don't think I need to say anything. Just let these clips speak for themselves. also have to say that the anime improved and cut out some scenes from the manhwa. And although some of the parts they removed was more detailed, the anime is still the superior version to me. In the manhwa, the wyvern's hair was not cut at all, but in the anime it was cut, which is better, and many more small details like Jinwoo going stealth to attack Baran. In fact, let me just round it up by saying one is more detailed and the other is more efficient in this approach, rearranging and cutting out unnecessary scenes like the competition between the South Koreans and the Japanese era counters. It wasn't needed at all, and episode 9 is definitely the episode I liked the least. And despite my affection for episode 5, the animation, the fight scenes, and the other points I listed above, I ain't gonna sit here and pretend this is a masterpiece I came to Attack on Titan before chapter 128, or to my novel, Atoms Within.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I know it's a working title, and I ain't gonna defend it from people who call it flat and shallow. Oh my god! Yes, this is a permanent subscription trash. And I know because I'm an expert in trash studies. After all, I have a professional degree. And come on, it's called solo leveling for a reason. The world is designed to favor Jinwoo. In a world where after getting a rank, you can no longer grow, guess who can bypass such restrictions? So yeah, the story follows the rule of cool when it comes to the protagonist. And now onto the criticisms I have with this show. The story has no plot at all, and the only thing going for it is very formulaic. The writers lost show doesn't know how to hold back, no sense of discipline at all. Before we can see how powerful an S-rank hunter is, they have already beaten the shit out of one.
Wong lost almost instantly.
I know the guy is cocky, but still, he's an S-rank hunter, so respect the rank before the person. The person is so fast that moments and fights, in fact episodes, fly by in the blink of an eye. The battles lack stakes and tension, and it all has to do with how OP Protakun is. If he isn't worried about facing an opponent, there is no need for me to also worry, cause at the end of the day, we all know who wins, and it kills all sense of tension and emotion. And I was disappointed we had Jinwoo defeated the Demon Monarch Baran, cause it reminded me of how he defeated Igris the Blooded by just getting angry. Yes, this one was better with Elsu throwing his dagger, but still, it felt like an ass pull. Like seriously, the writer should get creative.
Do ya? Punks.
Also, I call BS on the Monarch's domain.
悪魔の城でレベル70に達した時習得した職員専用スキル
Then why didn't they show when he got the skill? Like seriously, this show has the ability to be consistent, but chooses not to.
Why? 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 Oh God fucking why?
When Jinwoo's mage made use of the sphere of avarice to increase the strength of their fireballs, it didn't feel out of place, cause 3 episodes earlier, it gave us the information needed. And I also call BS again. Which one is the held back at the last moment? Do you take me for a child? I know I watch shonen anime, which is meant for adolescent boys, but still, I'm an adult, so don't gaslight me here. And my biggest problem has always been the leveling system. Jinwoo feels vastly different from his season 1 self, now only relying on strength and being edgy. I remembered in the double dungeon, where he had to make use of his brains and guts to survive, even though he wasn't sure. He tried, making good deductions out of as little information he and everyone had. It was good and there was tension. And characters had things to lose. He felt for them and understood their fears. See, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the best episode in history, but it was really good. How about funny? And the best episode of Solo Leveling ever. Jiwon was the weakest, but when push came to shove, he pulled through with heart and grit. Now he's just edgy and overpowered. They fucking replaced his character with this.
Don't ask me about anything. No questions, no demands.
The story abandoned a lot for the rule of cool. Also, if the ants were such a big deal, then Jiwon shouldn't have been given the option not to fight. They went to conquer the island 3 times already and failed. And the ants are evolving at an alarming rate and have actually wiped out the small town. So Jiwon was needed. In fact, why don't they just nuke the island into oblivion? Even with all my criticisms, I won't lie that the anime isn't hype.
No, Miss Hayden is here? Feels like...
I mean the other type of hype. And it has memorable moments.
Okio.
And if there was an Oscar award or Guinness World Record for Horror King, Power Fantasy, and Self-Indulgence, then Solo Leveling would have won it all. So yeah, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell.
I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire!